Hello, welcome back to another episode of Formula 122 my team today, episode 26 at the time for Australian Grand Prix. So before we move on to Australian Grand Prix, I want a bit talk about last episode, which is Dan Arabia. It was unfortunately a bad race. But if you have not seen one, if you've not seen this episode, go back and watch this one. But if you have, it was unfortunate episode because I crashed out. And the reason behind this one is I made choices of the corner tight, and then obviously went on the curb over accelerated, went to the wall, and that obviously was my fault. But that no that to the part. I could move on and go for to head over to Australia at one point, and hopefully we don't really do this all, but we got the upgrade coming in, funding flat profile, side profile, the reliability testing that the company just the upgrade coming in, which I'm very happy about. Can't see the right. So I'm gonna see if I can get in this sort of point. We should do earlier, do I can do that team 10%, do I can get detail, do I do advertisement, well, do I can get team train, power train, do I do sponsored event. So we are, still a by team on the which I'm really happy about. All of them becoming in perfectly. We've got 2.9 mil. We can actually do, we can get another spot for chatting, or I can do power time, get the sorted point, or I do marketing mil. I think I'm gonna get the power train 2.7 for Dave up after this one. We got the power train, the sorted point generation. Anything I need to do 207, nothing really. So the little now that Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen now to really challenge each other for the, well, we don't know that that too early, though it could be other that can challenge, but I think it's going to be just like 2021 this season, last season with the easy for Hamilton. Hamilton went on really sleep towards the end and was pulling away from everybody easily, and the reason why they need to be like 2021 because it must always be like that between Max and Lewis. I don't know if we definitely need to play some component. We need to play we play Heath, then we play Turbo and Dearbot. That moment I need to play, so hopefully we get that fun win. Fail.
Developments to come through, but
That's not good.
Quality control. We'll need to tell a team what to be developed via the R&D screen.
175, I still have to wait. Towards perfect got spec one power time. We took this sorted to win the 50, that's not enough, is it? No, it's not. We will be able to get that. We've got the side pot and the liability.
We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Perfect. Though the 513 still not enough. Though I mean that's fine. Not end for work. We've got Chatty on tired. Oh, that was entertainment. And we got the about the liability. Where is it? Dearbot, where are you? Whatever. But though now I should check the other thing to make sure I got everything. We do need to update what to call it, get the sort of point again for to redo the area funding for that profile. But right now I think I'm tied on with McLaren. No, we're not tied on McLaren, we're tied on with William and Alfa Romeo. If we had that funding profile comes in, we would go basically close to the LP, I think. Though but the LP it's hard at McLaren, but not on the like it did on whatever. But the we now tired with Lee Tar, two Tar, Romano and William, and then Red Bull started to pull it Aston Martin actually got a little ahead of the day. So it'll be maybe competitive with the Mercedes and the Red Bull. So I'm gonna do my practice in Australia, and I'll do you at the end of a practice. Now to finish my practice, I'm gonna do qualifying. The practice touching one. I think it went fine, but it's a better word. But the last three races I've done so far, but the last two races, three to count this one, the practice hasn't really been the best. Which is kind of annoying, but I'm still trying to figure out the car. I'm still not 100% comfortable. And not that I did do search on cruise setup in Australia. It's the third time I'm doing it. The third time I went into the check this setup, what you knew in this setup. I just had a quick look. And I found it basically need every single adjustment on in this setup. So I was like, damn. So obviously I tried that out, and it was different than I thought it would have been. So I'm using that right now, but I want to give that an opportunity to see how do I feel using that instead of doing just the fun win and real win. So right now we got 1,332 RD, and we definitely need to pay this. The 357 that would come in before Imola, which is good. So we got like over a month and a half break until Imola, and that if we get that up there, we'd be better than the LP, and I think we get really close to the half. It's really good development place for McLaren dropped down to 9. And I overtook William, we'll be ahead of William, but I've overtook the McLaren, or that is just because of the area that I brought in. Yes, so this is the area that I brought in, so I'll be ahead of McLaren, ahead of the Alpine apparently. So because we're any more up today, we're gonna have to go back into the qualifying. So the expectation to the quality is always been the same, so I had to finish top 2-2. Too loud. So I finished the top 2, not top 2, 2-2. So it's going to be competitive because I'm not very good. If you look back in Australia last season, I can't quite remember where I finished it, but I know he definitely was in bottom 20. I would definitely P20 to P19 to have so much penalty that who overtook me or something. I can't quite remember. But yeah, I'm going to show this setup. So 28, 26, and then all of this is very complicating. So now you can look and you can taste some or topping me do something really I want you to give that one a tap to see what it's like for me, because obviously I never really knew car set up and actually put effort into it. So this is the first time I'm doing it, so I mean we're gonna see what it's like for it. So I'm gonna jump out, do my third qualifying run, so I'll do at the end of the third one. as I was filling my third one to see, I got pushed over from there, but it Matt Verstappen bloody got in the way at that lad. 1, 2, the lad, third lad taller, Matt Verstappen, I caught up to him, Matt Verstappen messed it up, but he had some wobble, then, I think he had his out lap. Yeah, so we have in lap and then lap time, the out lap. Max Verstappen end up basically blocking me off. I can do a proper move to overtake him, but he was too much in the way of that taller. So we did too much touch and run when this track's total. I it feels quite. I think it feels quite quick. But like now P16 which is not just the P17 so not much changes, so we need to make sure we get back out there. And what's the time I need to get up to? We in the same area of 1 minute 19, which is true. We need to try and catch all the way up to. I feel like it might never caught up to me if I got back this stuck to 102, which is absolutely fantastic. And then that's the met the ball Max Verstappen, and I do think I have potential where I can reach up 30th. I think that's possible for me, though I'm gonna hope we can do that. So I'm gonna pop out to my first one now, very early, but it happened that time when I did Dan with Obi. I think it was Dan with Obi last race, last double two. I caught up in the middle of with all the cars to try and make sure that doesn't happen again. So I popped back out to my third one, bloody I see the track limit. I quickly get out there. Bloody annoying. I should have stopped with DTs and track them and I'm 12 of the traffic, that's not good. Move, what for more fault the bot that or something. Unfortunately, I've lost time. I've done P21, no bloody way. Oh man, nothing I can do about that one. I think messed it up constantly, which is annoying. I don't really understand how I messed it up too much. But we don't have Carlos Stars P1, Pala P2, Lando P3, and I also forgot that Carlo and Noddy is also former teammate of McLaren. I completely forgot about that. So unfortunately we now P21 and I can't believe I messed it up. Not good for me, not good enough. But then I make sure I don't mess it up in the long thing. So I'm hoping to improve everything when I get to the long thing. So I'll see you at the end of the long thing.
This circuit missed a few years off the F1 calendar, and we missed Albert Park. So welcome back, and it's great to be back in Melbourne. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Norris, Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, Gasly, Drugovich, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Liam Lawson, Joe, Sargent, De Vries, Albon, and the owner-driver rounds off the grid. Hughes and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And what would any Grand Prix weekend be without the one and only Natalie Pinkham? Now, I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton.
What a quality performance. The big question, though, is how does that translate on race day? Can they hold on to that lead? So we're in for an exciting start, I'm sure, and then they'll all settle down a bit, try and find a rhythm as they plan the next phase of the Grand Prix. It's important to know when to push and when to hold back so as not to overcook those tyres early on.
Now we're going to be taking the track on to Australia at Grand Prix, and I'm now looking to starting to it's obviously overcast, so if it was starting really hot, the tap that I would have done, it probably go through like double stop, so 2 stops or medium to hard. But like now what I'm doing is to see if I can do stop the hard, and to be fair, it does seem to be able to work out, but obviously the time is 1 second now, and I'm now decreasing the fuel about 30.1 laps. So obviously I was like I said, doing stops the hard, make sure I look off of my tyre, but because it's overcast, it's going to play to my advantage because so that I can really seem to be able to do a good time management, as we see from quite a lot of the previous races. You know, with it overcast in Australia, it's basically like Silverstone when it's overcast, and it's just really cold. I think Australia twice similar, so obviously I'm really confident in doing stops the hard. Might be worth it, it's a big gamble for sure, but we've got loads of car that's doing stop tyre. Which might work out well, as we're now getting rid of 5 red lights, and it's underway with Lewis Hamilton have a really good start, and George is going for the overtake on Max, I believe, and that overtook quite a lot of the car right now, going to the first taller, that always by that good opening spot, and then we now obviously got overtook by Leclerc and Tsunoda down to P13, and now biting to, and nearly went into the back of Leclerc, nearly just went back of him, and Tsunoda went off the track, which is, I don't know why, towards the yellow flag. I don't really see any incident that caused a yellow flag, so as I'm checking my car to make sure there's no damage, my front wing has got so close that after it did touch him, just bare minimum, just barely if it touched him, and then over a bit further down the line, Norris is going to try to overtake Philippe Luxembourg, and I'm actually quite surprised of how, well, I would say Philippe is still lucky, even though he started last season, and Norris going to overtake on the inside racing line, and Philippe obviously got better at it due to the fact that Norris ended up matching it up as he come out the exit, but I thought, when I say things like Luxembourg, I don't know if you look at him, I don't know if he started last season though, so I'm assuming he is unlucky still all the way up to Abu Dhabi, then that may become not unlucky or something. So, but he's doing really well, he's better than Leclerc so far, which is I'm very surprised about, but it does just there's like talent in there, and I don't think overtake on the inside with a massive bomb dive, and try to find that sweet spot to be able to push through it, and I obviously gone there with a really good overtake. Even my engine was really happy with the overtake, and obviously I had more advantage at the moment due to the fact that I got stopped for tyre, and Leclerc got medium tyre, so medium tyre would take a while to heat up, where stop right, and we on board Max Verstappen to try to overtake 2 cars got really tight with a really tight toilet to have the wobble, but still be able to maintain the speed. And they go on the outside on Lando, and don't the overtake, but he do it, he's still able to move, and he does get through, and it now don't be trying to fight, and then just like the and then now to be chasing after off the PS to be able to secure my first point of the season. It obviously be really good to start if I can get that point today, but it means a lot to me because last season I ended up mixing up my expectations because I mixed out to the crash in Abu Dhabi and in Brazil. So obviously it caused a bit of a conflict with being able to get point at the dive down in that same spot. I did it on PS. I did bump hit wheel, no more no damage as well, and I obviously got more for his season track limit. And I'm glad that his season track limit is still going to be allowed quite a lot. And the map is now chasing down on Sliding who is unlucky, and Matt obviously knows what next in that position, and it now overtakes him on the inside, and now with the D outlet, and he doesn't have a D outlet anymore, and he overtook him plain and easy, which is really good for Matt, because obviously Matt is still fighting, even though it's still quite early to say something, he's still fighting for the title against Lewis Hamilton at the moment. And then over to lap 4, we're now P10, we're now behind Dr. Leclerc to be chasing that down, and we obviously go for overtake on Pierre Gasly and try to see if I can do double overtake on Hulkenberg. Didn't be able to hit that double overtake, but I did hit into the wall just a little bit because I'm like kind of locked a bit of a control on the steering, and I'm doing towards the dive, won't do it, but it's too risky. With that for the tour damage, so I'm checking my my pop-up to see if I got any damage. No, I don't have any damage. I'm really full, and we're on board with Sergio Perez, and Lewis just went a bit too wide. Perez saw the opportunity to grab that chance to be able to overtake, but Lewis has got better later line, so later down the line, Perez started to recompose and tried again and went for the overtake, and Lewis Hamilton with the D-Alder, and it's just now wheel to wheel, even though I got D-Alder, and then obviously now Lewis back down, nearly went to the back of Perez wheel, it should manage to pull out shut the last section to get behind him, and obviously it's stuck for the season competition with the days and look forward this season. Pierre Jackson is trying to overtake me again, and I'm now trying to overtake back again because there's a slipstream, and like obviously succeed to overtake Pierre Jackson over the lap stick on board with Carlos Sainz, so he's trying to go to overtake on the last side. Lewis defends really well, pop over the left and try again, as he's basically what all the drivers did, like Matt Dalek McNulty, every time you're on the outside. When you're on the outside, overtake was rather that on the inside always worked out better in this area, and I'm now diving bomb all the way down on the inside to overtake Hulkenberg. Very ballsy move, and I obviously got that one, which I got lucky into. Obviously if I don't why, I'll have cars overtake me easily, but I was really brave today to go for the overtake on Nico Hulkenberg. Which I'm really happy about, because I'm only 13 years in Formula 1, and I've got that confidence to be able to say I can do the dive bomb against like some benches with like Hulkenberg, Leclerc, and PS is much more experienced than I am, and Leclerc knows to overtake, but he got the other, and Aston Martin is a lot more quicker car anyway. So I was like, I'm not gonna try about it. But over the lap 11, it's been a thing for the last top one lap, and actually want to go in, and I decided, you know what, no, I'll pull out because I still feel a bit fine to continue my tyre, but I'm now going to be pitting in this lap due to the fact that because I went a lot more, well, I should have gone in lap 11, but I was really brave to go out and for lap 12. I don't know if it might be shit when to pit because we now got a lot of cars catch up to me, as I'm now going to the pit in lap 12 into 13 for hard tyre, and I do think stop tyre when it overtaxed worked quite well as I got myself up to P8. And obviously got overtook by Leclerc, and Leclerc is on medium tyre, and I reluctantly got the jump on, not the jump, maintained my position, because Hulkenberg overtook me, that me down to P11, but thank God it wasn't, so obviously I managed to keep what I wanted on a hard tyre, and a car behind on medium, so maybe I should have went for medium. Don't think I should went for medium, because if it's in the start machine, you go into the pit, don't stop, you go into the, it's either put medium off, or you basically would stay in the pit in lap 14, and a medium, and I knew I would be able to take my car all the way to lap 14 at Hulkenberg, or Piastri, driving overtake on the outside, deep down on inside to the outside, and I tried to see if I can find that good spot where I can dive bomb, and I thought it too risky to the last ditch. That's a very high pace, barely even use braking as to go on that braking though, and you can see what it actually ended up having let the tires don't need to brake as much. And then we on board with pit Spanelton, who is my rival, going to the pit in lap 14, and obviously we now behind Alton, and we gotta see if we can jump on Alton, as the thing is Piastri behind me with the slipstream of the other, and I forced him to go on the outside and have that good defense line, and then obviously the team be able to maintain the defense, amazing new time, because I always do that. I forced this driver who's going on the outside, got a bit wide, leading, and then I come back down to the racing line to, like I got that confidence where I can, even though if I get penalty, I'm like, well, it's not end of the world, to try and pull that time away from them, you know what I mean? So I felt confident be able to, for some of the car, go into the defense maneuver, and then pop back into the racing line and get that good racing exit. And Lando Norris had now DNF with mechanical failure, is on P5. He was doing well, I think, but unfortunately Lando is out of the race with mechanical failure. It's a sad day for Ferrari, but Carlos Sainz up to P2 or P3, so at least he got someone on podium. We always better at both cars racing and deducting points, but last season Ferrari was a bit of a competition for Mercedes and Red Bull to Ferrari actually won the racing last season, where Red Bull and Mercedes won a lot more racing, and I got these deducting penalties, but at a season track limit, I didn't really feel like that, which is deserved, because I can't argue about that, but I probably over-accelerated it too much. And obviously, normally you wouldn't need accelerating a little bit, and Lando, or Piastri, to get comfy with Lando and Piastri, after Piastri now got the mechanical failure, which is a shame, but he's actually on track to be able to complete the point, and he's now, unfortunately, going to be out of the section, which is a shame for McLaren. They've got Nico Hulkenberg, he's on P10 at the moment, and obviously I got that lead second penalty, I'm going to try ride out to get more than lead second, and we're now over the last lap. It's been the same thing continue, but me staying in this position, trying to pull that lead second and everything, and I'm actually on the path to be able to do it if I can hit every single corner perfect, just to exit, just to enter it, everything, and I should be on track to be able to pull that lead second, which is something I really need to do quickly as I can. And don't forget it's the last lap, Max Verstappen should roughly about a quarter of the way into the finish line. Max got the other, trying to overtake and draw Lewis Hamilton, and he's on the outside, not by the outside line, get back on racing line, and he's gone to overtake and really be able to do it. Yet he got it Max Verstappen had managed to overtake his arch nemesis on rivalry of the championship competition, and I got that penalty now that I top taller, since I got a bit too overconfident and I top taller too much, and instead I gone home P1, Carlos side P2, Max Verstappen with the last lap overtake, although a quarter of the way, got P3, Lewis P4, Russell P5, Philippe Rosberg P6, Leclerc P6, Philippe Rosberg P7, and I'm currently PA. I got that penalty. I basically won't finish in point. So the estimate looking on the map, I might be finishing P14, P50 or something. As now I'm coming home to finish P8, but I got penalties, so I'm going to be doing where I'm going to be finishing, and it's going to be P13. It's 2 positions higher than I've expected. I think that's good. I don't know if that's good or not. If I had the top penalty, even better. So, yeah.
We've witnessed some great battles on the streets of Melbourne today then, and they've taken a fantastic win. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Quite simply, a driver is nothing without the team behind them. So, a deserved winner, but we do have to give a shout out to the team in the pit lane and back at the factory. Very much a collaborative process.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
Now, today we got one the Red Bull and Carlo P2 Pella looking like to be able to join the competition against Matt and Lewis Hamilton, which is I think it's going to be really exciting season if that Pella the opportunity to be able to fight for the championship. But last season, Pella actually finished P4 or 5, so there's a bit of a little debate whether Pella can actually play for the championship or not. So we've got to wait to see how the season will pan out. And Nico, she's got different penalty, pair that dropped the PA, and Holtenberg dropped P0, and Alexander Albon, who got rather of a day, dropped the P10. And unfortunately, Ocon finishing ahead of me in this race, which is not good luck. This is my rival. And we got 2 cars at the end with Lando and Piastri, and who is P20? This is not good. I'm already looking to move on from him. And Lewis is 1 point ahead. Matt Pella is 7 points behind Lewis Hamilton. So there's still it's still early this season. Opportunity be given maybe for Pella to be able to compete for the championship. That's probably what he wants to do now. He's been a really good teammate, and as he started to basically pull off his team with Nico Rosberg done back in 2016, was in the days when he was music with Lewis Hamilton, and he was obviously supposed to be a teammate, but he fought Lewis to get championship. I think that's what Pella will do, and I've been a lot of time for him to do that. So we're gonna end it here. We'll be heading over to a more Grand Prix. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell on, and peace out.